السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع. إنما أموالكم وأولادكم صدق الله العظيم. القرآن شكرا fitna for you, meaning it can be good for you, it can be bad for following what Allah ordered. It will be good for him, inshallah, not bad. Because what Allah gave, He wants you to make it good for your life here and for next life also. You must be looking after everything, not living without looking to be good for human being, for Muslim, for mu'min, must be everything pure for Allah Azza wa Jalla. When you do this, inshallah, don't worry, Allah make it straight, make it easy for you, for your family also. Because these days, family, they don't know how to behave. Family behave normally, Allah Azza wa Jalla saying, look after your father and mother, help them, serve them. But now, mother and father, they are looking after children, even they are big, they are serving them, they are helping them. When you do this, they don't have any responsibility, they don't have anything to they appreciate. You must make them to, but now system they make children don't work for children, don't make them go to work. You must in the school and everywhere. You cannot say anything for them, you cannot tell them do this, do that. Only you must serve them, you must look after them. Before, it was when somebody coming to age of 15, he become man or woman, can be look after themselves. But now, there one small school, second school, third school, university, so everybody must look to go for this. After what you will learn, you cannot learn anything. After they are complaining, our children, they are not good, not looking for us, they are not happy with us. Of course, when you are giving everything, what you can left to make them happy. This is teaching of time, end of time. Before there was in the school who can study, he can study, not can study, there's many things to do for the last. Now coming to 30 years, still as baby. And this is not good. You must not give everything for, even now without asking, they give them. So they must make some, even we give, wait little bit until they are happy when they get it. And now you give them, oh, what is this? This is not good brand. This is rubbish brand. Why you give this? They angry with you also. Allah show us, all our father, grandfather, all they was teaching how to deal with life. Now, no, nothing. Only everyone they give them phone and play with this. Don't be bored. It must be also boring. Boring is also good, not bad. So now, no any time to boring, to look after. Maybe when you are boring, you can maybe go to praying, maybe look for Quran, maybe read some good book. But now, only playing, only enjoying themselves. And this enjoying is not for ever. You don't have opposite, not enjoying. When you enjoy, you be happy. But when all time enjoying, it's just like eating every day straw, like animal. Allah keep children, keep us, give us, inshallah, hidayah to be as He wants, inshallah. Allah, Al-Fatihah.